All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Wednesday. How we doing? Dogecoin up to 20.5 cents. ETH is also up. So we got ETH up 2%, Doge up 2%. Bitcoin's only up 1%. Again, on the green days, Dogecoin and ETH outperform Bitcoin. In today's video, we're going to talk about Ethereum and Dogecoin. Haven't talked about ETH in a little bit, but today all over crypto, Twitter, X, a lot of ETH charts, a lot of people posting ETH charts today. So I thought I would show some of those, which leads me to believe that this alt season may not just be Dogecoin, it might be ETH as well. And we're just going to have to share. I mean, 2020 was kind of like that too. ETH was doing well. Doge started doing well. ETH was still doing well. And then Doge just completely took off and blew everything out of the water. Maybe that's what we're going to have this fall 2025, as KrissPax has been saying for months. We just got to get there. I know. We just got to get there. But we're not dropping back down. Nope. Today we are moving up. Byron in the middle of a swing trade. Dude. Oh, dude. We'll just take care of that. All right. Oh, just cannot deal today. Cannot deal. People not paying attention. We got an early boot already. Already an early boot. Danny was just wondering, any crybabies? And then this visions thing shows up and it's just like, nope, gone. Not dealing with that today. I know, Doug, already, right? The boot is out. Not even 2 minutes in, and man, here we go. Let's go. You made a bunch of money on ETH, Donnie? I know. ETH. Already. He said that I bought the top on Bonk, which is totally incorrect. I'm actually in the green on Bonk. If he had been paying attention, but because he just creates a new channel every time, comes back, I'm just like, I don't have time for that today. I don't have time for that today. And in fact, if I go to the Bonk chart for the guy that's already been booted, if I go to the Bonk chart, we'll see it's at 24.57. And as I always show on my charts, I always show where I bought, which was down here. Which is down here, right below 23 at 22.57. I am actually on the green. I did not buy at the top. No, I did not. I bought over here. Still in the green. Being patient, waiting for this to take off again, waiting to see what happens with the Solana Seeker phone. Yes, the Solana Seeker phone. It's in like pre-order now or something. You can actually order these new Solana phones. Is Bonk going to be involved in that? I'm holding and waiting for that. Some say that maybe this decline that we just had was because somebody said maybe Bonk isn't going to be airdropped this time, and so there might have been some selling on that. I don't know yet. I don't know. Yeah, Miguel, he got the bonk. He did. He got bonked. For a stupid comment. I mean, I always show you guys where I buy at, and if he'd been paying attention, he'd be like, no, I did not buy the top. I did not buy the top. But hey, if he wants to waste his time, he can do that. He can waste his time. I'm not wasting my time. I got too much to do. Let's go. Doge, 20.5 cents. Again, ETH, 36.80. 36.80. Bitcoin, 115.2. And as we said, XRP is fighting to stay over $3. Finally got to the red line, the $3. But XRP is lagging right now. So Bitcoin holds steady. Bitcoin holds steady. ETH, XRP, and Dogecoin lead altcoin rally, but XRP is like a little bit delayed. So that leaves ETH and Doge. We had a run over the past couple of days for Litecoin, but Litecoin was pulling back today. So the big run that Litecoin had was like, no, pull back. So Litecoin is actually one of the only ones on my watch list that's actually in the red today because of the big pullback. So kind of interesting. Litecoin was trying to make a run for it, mostly because these ETFs are coming, and some online were talking about Litecoin is being used on Bybit, because on Bybit, when you use cryptocurrency, not Bybit, what is it called? Whatever it is, where you can spend your cryptocurrency. I can't think of the name of it right now. Bybit's the exchange. Anyway, more are using Litecoin than other cryptocurrencies. When you go to pay on those sites that accept multiple different coins, it looks like Litecoin is being used a lot, not as much Doge. So, yeah. But Litecoin's pulling back, so that's what we've got. Look, I talked about the first week of August, right? There'd be a pullback. It happened with Doge last year. It happened the year before that. It happened the year before that. And I had predicted back at the end of June, beginning of July, that the beginning of August, there would be a pullback. And there was. What I didn't know was this chart for Bitcoin, that there have been early August pullbacks every 4 years. I had not seen this before. Back in 2013, there was an almost 10% pullback right up there, almost a 10% pullback during the first week of August. I did not know that. 2017, 4 years later, there was a 10% pullback on the price of Bitcoin the first week of August. 2021, there was a 12.5% pullback the first week of August. I did not know that, but now I do. The 4-year cycles. And guess what we had here this year, 2025, it was 6.6%. So again, patterns repeat, but now as Bitcoin gets bigger and bigger in market cap, the percent of its volatility up and down is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. So Bitcoin, right, doesn't go up as fast on the green days as ETH and Doge, but on the red days, Bitcoin doesn't fall as hard as ETH and Doge. I've always said this about Doge. I'm lumping ETH in now, and we're going to be looking at now Doge versus ETH, and is Doge going to outperform ETH? Is ETH going to lead the way, or will it end up just being Doge? And ETH will do better than Bitcoin, but not as good as Doge. All of that is in play. Here's the ETH versus Bitcoin chart, of which our friends over at Bitcoin Census, who gave us the great Dogecoin chart yesterday, has a magnet. Yes, has put a magnet on the ETH versus Bitcoin chart for ETH to outperform Bitcoin up to this 0.0043 line. I don't really follow ETH Bitcoin that much, but ETH ETH is going to look strong. We have a breakout on the RSI on the ETH Bitcoin trading pair. And since this bottomed back in April, ETH has been outperforming Bitcoin right up till now. So ETH looking strong versus Bitcoin. What else can we see about ETH? ETH trading in patterns. It looks like we've now had 2 bear traps. We had one in late June, and now we just had this one beginning of August, where ETH was kind of trading in a range, traded up, bull trap, and then traded down below bear trap. Did the same thing, ended July into early August, traded above, bull trap, traded below, bear trap. Interesting. Patterns repeating themselves. So this next move up could trap shorts, start taking out the shorts for ETH. Also, we have a bullish crossover on the MACD on the monthly for Ethereum. As Alva says, ETH setup leans bullish. MACD just flipped positive, signaling a momentum shift, while over 1 million coins left exchanges, hinting at strong hands stacking. Institutional flows, major ETF adoption are reinforcing the narrative of ETH. Crypto Rover, who is the most bullish bull there is on all of crypto Twitter, says we're literally just getting started here for ETH. But I'm not done yet. There were a lot of ETH charts today. Here's Dan Crypto Trades, ETH, just a matter of time. Insanity above 4,000. Previous all-time high just above 4,800 is all in striking distance for ETH. This fall is going to be epic. Epic for ETH. And if ETH is doing this, what do you think Dogecoin is doing? But wait, I'm not done yet. Titan of crypto. Ethereum bull pennant will target $5,000 Ethereum, new all-time high this fall for ETH. A bull pennant shaping up on ETH. If it confirms, that technical target would be over $5,000. So ETH, I don't talk a lot about ETH on this channel, but God, there's a lot of ETH charts going on. How about Solana? CryptoPulse says, look, Solana is decision time. Solana's kind of been up and down. If the bulls step in and we see a push above 180 on Solana, we could see Solana move to 200, come back and retest 180 before moving higher. That would be a classic move for August for Solana, leading to Solana also trading very well this fall. And if Solana trades well, we got bonk and we got whiff. This continues to be lining up for an epic fall of trading. How about Pump? We've been talking about Pump. I bought Pump on the dip, and now Pump has broken out of this accumulation zone and is starting to move up. I couldn't believe it. I was down because I bought Pump way over here, up above 005. Right after the launch, I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy some of this. But what did I do? I waited and I waited and I waited until it bottomed out. And then I doubled my stack. So now my average is in the 4s. It's like 4. So we're almost back up. I'm almost back to my average now. I lowered my average by buying more at a low price from where I had originally bought it. Just a little corner of my portfolio over on the side. A on the pump token. And then what else did we have moving today? Yes, the penguin, after a pullback, is waking back up this afternoon, and Pengu is now moving up over 6% today. That's nothing compared to Velvet. If you guys own any Velvet, which was up over 60% today. I don't follow Velvet, but it's one of those things on Coinbase. Every once in a while, you get one of these things that just takes off. Chadwick is a bear. Chadwick just continues to be a bear. I don't know why, but that's his opinion. We're welcome to opinions here, as long as he doesn't cross the line and he's being civil. That's okay. So that's Pengu. Pengu up over 6% today. That is a good recovery. Pump coming back from the depths that we had here at the end of July, moving up. We also have the Crow token, Kronos, going up 3% today. Kronos moving up back over 14 cents. And guess what I have on my crypto.com portfolio? I've got Crow, I've got Pump, I've got Pengu, all doing well. But I also have Peak. The Peak tokens, we'll see how that goes. That might be a long-term hold. Oh, man. But what does this mean about Dogecoin and Doge Bitcoin trading pair? The Doge Bitcoin trading pair, Trader Allen has all set up, fading back down to a pre-surge level before what could come, the giant move up, the Doge surge zone. Yes, can we all say that together? Be careful, it's hard to say. Doge surge zone. You can't say that fast. The Doge surge zone. That's one of those things you just can't say fast. Try it. Try it. Doge surge zone. You can type it faster than you can say it. That's hard to do. I was like, man, did he realize when he typed that in, it was just like, that's hard to say. Previously, we had a 377% pump in the price of Dogecoin versus Bitcoin. That's Doge versus Bitcoin going up. Or no, yeah, that was just the Doge price. He took it all the way to the bottom. But yes, here we are in the surge zone again, getting ready for the next big move for Dogecoin. Dogecoin. It's the coolest form of money there is. Dogecoin. We have Doge OS. We've got House of Doge. We've got BitOrigin, all coming out with new stuff coming up, which is all in support of Dogecoin as a currency, as well as other things, but Doge as money. If you've been watching Isabella Santos, BTC Isla, if you've been watching her new series on YouTube, 21 days of living off of Bitcoin and only Bitcoin, and it's just like, that's hard. That's hard because not a lot of places take Bitcoin. And she's kind of fudging it a little bit with her boyfriend, but trying to prove a point. It's too early. It's too early. But anyway, interesting to watch. Dogecoin. It's heading to the moon. Are you ready? Are you ready to go to the moon with Dogecoin? It's going to be ETH and Doge leading Altseason that's coming this fall. I'm 99.9% confident on that. 99.9%. But look, it's been a tough summer, right? I mean, all the way since the beginning of the year. Most cryptos are down. We had all the tariff fear, right? We had the FUD, submarines, like World War III FUD, like every other month, more World War III FUD. We had the whole interest rate thing and the whole, all of that, right? We've got like China, like banning crypto again. Or did they ever unban it or not? I don't know. But it's like chop, 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 right? We've been talking about that. And with the chop, what do you do on the dips, right? You don't sell, which leads us to Lark's post here today. Mom, why are we so rich? And she says, because daddy diamond-handed through months of consolidation and FUD during the 2025 bull market. So that's what it takes. You got to have patience in times like this. The chop, the FUD, like all of that stuff. And it's like, We will be talking about profit taking this fall, if you didn't already do it at the end of last year. So we will be talking about that. I've got the pinger on. Not a lot of big pings going on right now, but the pinger is on if we get to the point where price really starts moving, but it's just kind of drifting sideways a little bit right now. But hey, I'll take 20.5. It's better than the 19s where we were last night. Better than the 19s. No, Bowman. Sheep is just, Sheep's dying. Sheep's just dying. Will Sheep have a good day someday? Maybe. But no. Sheep is not doing well. What else going on, guys? The sky's falling. Ah, chop, chop, chop. Bye, bye, bye. Who is Trader Allen? Astro Noob, you're a newbie on this channel. I've been talking about Trader Allen for months and months. He does all the pretty pictures on crypto Twitter that I keep showing. People keep saying, why do you keep showing that, Kriss? And I say, because I'm a report on everything Dogecoin. And if he's posting a Dogecoin chart, I will show it. And then I will give my commentary on it. Well, Bud, then you should know who Trader Allen is. Bud. You should know who Trader Allen is. I show his charts all the time. DC bundles. Reminding everybody to like and share and subscribe. And also, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Thank you. Much appreciated. And we will be having a Dogecoin giveaway. Yes. Today is day 6 of 10 days of consecutive Dogecoin giveaways, which we've already extended to an 11th day, thanks to one of our other friends, Nismo, who decided to pre-give for the next Doge giveaway on day 11. It's all about Doge. Just watch any of my videos over the past number of weeks, and I show a trader tardigrade chart in almost every one of them. Bud Light. Bud Light. You're starting your own Dogecoin mining farm shed. Hey, you're going to do a shed. Awesome. Good luck. Please let us know how you populate your mining farm shed. We will be talking more about Dogecoin mining later this month. It's coming. It's coming. You're going to wait for the 69th like again, Orbit? The Bud coin. Astrobud. Ask Annie who Trader Ellen is. I'm not asking Annie anything. I was bartending when Bud Light did that controversial commercial. Too many offhand jokes during that time behind the bar. Yeah, Bud Light. Anheuser-Busch just really took it. That was bad. That was so bad. You go woke, you go broke, right? That's what that is. Hey, and then we get to 20,000 subs. I'm only like 70 away now. 70, just about 70 subscribers away from 20,000 subs. So we will celebrate that as well. Bonk has a sister. Momo, haven't heard that. Yes, I will not ask Annie. David, you are saved. You crushed a Pengu trade. Pengu's doing well again. Gotta love the Pengu. What is my take on DeFi altcoins? Isfandyar? Risk. Huge risk. Giant risk. Mega risk. You can make enough money in crypto without going into that heavy risk DeFi altcoin space. But that's just me. I'm making money and I don't need to go there. Okay? I don't need to go there. So that's my take on it. Good evening, Miss Charlotte. So you went over to the Penguin and now you're back into the Doge? Jaguar level bet. Oh man, that Jaguar commercial. All those bright colors. I remember seeing that the first time and I was like, WTF. Like, what are they doing? And guess what happened? Sales plummeted. No, nobody's interested in that crap. There was probably some marketing manager or someone who was just riding the woke train and that was bad. Trump's going to give a speech shortly. What's Trump going to talk about today? President Trump announces massive U.S. manufacturing plan. All right, we will check in on that. There's BTC Isla talking about day 3 of surviving on Bitcoin, if you're interested in that. Yeah, I'll just keep tabs on the Trump thing if he's going to talk. And is it just a speech or is it just one of his like commentaries?
Met with Vladimir Putin at the Kremlin today.
Soon.
And at about 1 o'clock Eastern time, the president on Truth Social said the following, quote,
All right. We'll keep a tab on that. I'll just have that ready to go if needed, all right? Keep that over there. All right, we are set. Back to it. Annie, are you okay? Is Annie okay? Sold the Pengu, sold the Bonk. I'm still in Pengu and Bonk. If Kriss hits 20,000 subs, he will pump Doge to $1. You got it. I'll do everything I can. I don't go that far to say the charts are garbage. They're pretty. They're mostly optimistic, way too heavily optimistic. He spends way too much comparing to last November. And we talk about that a lot. But yep. That's him. Could Bonk go to 002? Could bonk go to 0002? A 10x from here. Its all-time high is 00005. So that'd be really hard to do a 10x from here. So maybe a 5x from here and just drop that other zero. So let's look at 0.0001 first, Nicholas, okay? And that's even going to be a hard target to reach. That's going to be a hard target to reach. This 00004 line, this blue line here, that's going to be the key one. We just touched it in July, and I was holding bonk, and I didn't sell. Didn't sell. And I knew I was holding bonk a short period of time. It's a big swing, but I didn't think it would drop quite this much. Doge is still holding over 20.5 cents. Hey, there's the dancing Doge. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I know, I already got 19,930. What's another 70? Exactly. The more Dogecoin goes up, the faster my sub count goes up. That is a fact. That is a fact. Hey, Adam, how are you? Nervously holding the bag of penguins. Lacking conviction. I don't have a lack of conviction. We did have a pullback, and now it's turning back around, going back up. The pudgy penguins. Yeah, remember that Jaguar commercial? Unbelievable. A Trump speech. I know. Be careful. Danger, danger. Great. Then the price will go down so you can buy more. Exactly, Charlotte. Exactly. That's what we see. Oh. A lot of Fed governors turning dovish. Yeah, really. They're going to cut in September, almost certainly. As Kriss said months ago. Just need to point that out and remind folks, I said, no cuts in April, no cuts in May, no cuts in July. I was very consistent about that. But September. Russia sanctions, Putin's deadline. Tragic shooting. I don't know if he'll talk about that. It's supposed to be an economic thing, but we'll see. How high for the Doge surge? The Doge surge zone. It's hard to say. That is hard to say. Wait, did I lose it? I lost it. I accidentally hit the X. Got to go find it again. The Doge surge zone. Well, it's the Doge BTC trading pair. So, well, I guess he has it overlaid on the Doge chart here. Looks like 70 cents, Oz. Looks like it's about 70 cents for the Doge surge zone. 70 cents. Ryan likes the pretty colors. Ron, back from Manila. Yeah. Arizona, hot. Hot. Julian Patel putting out a piece tomorrow as to why the ISM has been so weak. What he thinks will happen next. Okay. We'll watch for that tomorrow. October's coming fast? No, it isn't. It's been a long summer. It's been a long summer. Almost up to 3 million views too. Wow, I don't even watch that statistic, but awesome. Am I break even on my pump yet? I have to do the calculation of my average between the two buys. I haven't updated my spreadsheet on that. It's over on crypto.com. It's like, and they don't tell you on the app what your average is, which is Robinhood's better at that. Crypto.com doesn't tell you what your average is. So thank you. Is anyone buying today? No, Charles, everyone's waiting for dips. Waiting for dips. So today was mostly an up day, not a good time to be buying. So we wait for the red candles, which we might be turning into right now. Trying to hold 20.5 right now. You think he's a bear? You know, if you lose everything, you turn into a bear pretty quick. Orbit bought this morning. That was good. Under 20 cents this morning. 1995. 1995. Hey, Bill. Russia captured 2 high British officers in Ukraine. Maybe Putin sells them to Trump. Why is that great news, Bill? That's odd. Odd. Orbit thinks there will be a first half pump followed by a second half slump like last month. And then moon September. I don't think we're going to have quite the same pump. I think it's just going to be more choppiness, not a big pump. We'll see, though. RR, drinking a little bit. Cutting for rates in September. The chance of that is now up to 93%. Yeah, we looked at it 2 days ago. It was 90. Yeah, the whole tariff thing. Sure, throw another 15% on it for Japan. God. Not good. Hey, Stickman. Happy Wednesday. You want to go to the Bitcoin conference next year? I did go this year at the Venetian. It was great. It was awesome. It was fun. And I already have my tickets for next year. Because if you went this year and you if you bought tickets for next year within 5 days, you got them for free. So I have free Bitcoin conference tickets. I just have to pay for the plane flight and the hotel. But the conference tickets, I already have those. And they were free. So that was cool. That was cool. And there were a number of Doge people at the Bitcoin conference. I was not the only one. I buy every day. You bought the Megal today? Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's $1.33 now. My buy price was $1.27. Again, that was pre-market the other day. That's typically when I buy and sell, is either pre-market or aftermarket. Tends to be the best dips and the best rips, not during the day trading. But that's Megal. We'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. XRP. XRP fighting to stay over $3. Failing again. $2.99 now. Timothy, XRP will go on a run with everything else. Will it outperform anything else? Probably not. XRP needs to get that last lawsuit cleared. And then I don't know what else. I just now they're getting into the whole stablecoin business and getting more in bed with the banks. And I don't know. I think that run from 50 cents to $3, I think that was worth enjoying. From here, Doge is going to completely outperform XRP from here, in my opinion. Yeah, I heard that. The new tariff is on top of the existing tariffs. Ugh. Nazmul, you want to hear about Pengu? Well, Pengu, right? There was the NFT, the Pudgy Penguins, and then they made the Pengu token. Do you know who loves pretty penguins? The Asians, particularly Koreans, that do a lot of crypto trading. So they're all in on the Pudgy Penguin, the Pengu. They are in it big time. So that's why I feel pretty safe with investing in Pengu, because I think there's a pretty good floor here. And I think it's only up from here. That's my take on it. Kristen, Megal is the first stock you've ever bought. Is that right? You didn't buy any Apple or... It's Megal, really, your first stock ever. Well, patience, my friend. Patience with the Megal stock. And before you know it, it'll take off. It will take off. Chadwick is not buying. Are you waiting for the next bear cycle? Christoph agrees too. Don't worry. Sure, it'll go up. We wait. How bad will inflation be when the cut comes? So much pent-up energy. Well, we know, right? What does Trump say about Jay Powell, right? Too late. Too late. You're too late. And then which inflation numbers are you looking at? The real ones or the fake ones? Because trueflation is already down to like 2%. Below 2% are the trueflation numbers. Now people are worried about, tariffs, the tariffs. They're going to cause huge inflation. We're not really seeing that. Not yet. The ETFs. The ETFs, Ismail, I don't think the ETFs themselves will cause the mooning, right? I think we need the hype, like an Elon hype or something like that for the mooning, but the ETFs will be good. Like slow and steady gains, which is good. That's good for Doge. Bitcoin dominance is forming a bear flag. A bear flag on Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, we could see that. We could see that. Take it to there. So there you go. Yeah, there's a little flag there. A little flag there. We'll see how that works out. Bitcoin conference in Vegas? Well, that's not till next May. The Doge party in Boston, October 20th. We'll see. We'll see. What ticket did you get? The festival ticket, it's called. So I didn't need to go into like the big VIP rooms and those. I didn't need that. So the festival ticket. That's all you need. Gets you into a bunch of the different talks and events. You get to see all the big shows and the whole expo. So it was called a festival ticket. That's all you needed. You didn't need to go in the fancy schmancy room. Didn't need that. That's where like Michael Saylor was hanging out and a bunch of, I didn't need that. Well, Chadwick, you and I disagree on this, but I am all on the pump in the fall bandwagon. But we'll see. Are the market makers target anything? Not right now. There's not a lot of movement right now. So the liquidations are down right now. Everything's kind of floating sideways. So not much. There's some new leverage longs on Bitcoin here down at 113. 113. Again, I just don't see the volatility to take that out right now at 113. That's on the new trades. We can zoom out to the 3-day, see what that looks like. Some big shorts up here. Right over 116, 116.1 up to 116.5. So there is some big money up here on the shorts. So let's go do that, huh? Let's take care of that. And what is the Doge while we're here? Sorry, got to get over here to the Doge. Yeah, Doge has some long leverage down here at 19.6. Took out some shorts. Took out some shorts this morning. Yeah, 19.6. There's some more shorts up here. 20.8. That's in a good range. We will be watching. Wake you up when Doge reaches 30 cents. You'll hear about it. This is about holding your position, Archie says, more than buying dips, depending on your age, but buy much as possible before its support level 25 cents. Buy dips. You buy in the extreme fear. Nothing wrong with that, but have you already sold? Because you don't think it's going higher. You think XRP is going to go to $9? King Arc? Dogecoin outperforming it, of course, but $9. We'll see. Yeah, ditch the Meggle, buy bonds. Charlotte says, all in on bonds. Hey, Kronos, how are you? Oh. Not a stock virgin anymore. Well, you know, Christian, if this Meggle thing works out for all of us, you'll be like, damn. You'll see. It's one of those weird things. X payments will moon Dogecoin. Yep. Even if Dogecoin isn't on there. When X money launches. Yep. You and PaxCat keep throwing money at PopCat. Right, October 20th, but don't book your tickets just yet. That's what I said. That is the quote right there. Yes, patience. That's exactly right. But you got to be on the right side of the trade when you're patient. You have to be on the right side of the trade. The pumps do come when least expected, but we need the catalysts. Mr. T, hello. Yeah, David is not a fan of Annie. David does not want to hear Annie ever again. Hey, Will, on the road? Awesome. The Pengu pop to fundraise for more Doge. I'm waiting for that next Pengu pop. The next one. Hey, Cameron, how are you? You're proud of your Cybertruck, aren't you? You caught the dude taking a break, and I was like, yo, bro. Oh, man. Too many good signs for the pump not to happen in the fall. I agree. Annie is misunderstood. Annoying as hell, but yeah. You fell asleep yesterday. I was on a roll yesterday. Peak, it's all bad. Yep, I agree. It's not zero. Holding on to 6 cents. Annie is suffering right now. Can't handle rejection. But when I turn her on again, what's the first thing she's going to say? Like, what took you so long? Why were you ghosting me? That would be funny if she did say that. Why are you ghosting me? That means that she's been listening. If she says that, that would be hilarious. Because I know Facebook listens to me. I go into that Facebook app and all of a sudden I just get flooded with ads of whatever the last thing I talked about. It's uncanny how it works. It's uncanny. Hey, Demi, how are you? Accumulate coins, don't worry about price. I try to talk about coin count, and then everyone starts hitting me with, oh, it's your average that matters. I'm like, yeah, no. Why don't you try it if you're just wondering what she would say? Stop playing games. I'm playing hard to get. Yeah. Rate cuts will help, Javier, but there's so much else going on this fall. It's not going to be just the rate cuts. Loving the Doge dips there, TW. You bought your average all the way down from 40 cents to 22. We'll get back above 22. Yeah. Uncanny. Funny. Free Annie. David, if I had to choose from hearing Annie or It's a Small World for hours. Yep. I know, right? Well, in this case, it would be keep her locked up. I know, right, CDC? It is unbelievable. I mean, it's got to be listening, because it's not like I'm going to like websites and it's just repeating what websites. It's like literally talking about like ordering a pizza, and then I go into Facebook and there's a pizza ad. It's uncanny how it works. It's amazing. Facebook, it's listening all the time. Mr. T says, I'll donate 1,000 Doge if you make Annie call you daddy. Oh my God. Too funny, guys. Too funny. I don't want David to leave though. Facebook is the worst. Out of everything that I have on my phone, Facebook is the absolute worst. Let me see what the first ad is. What's the first ad on Facebook? This will be telling. The first ad is Las Vegas. It's a Las Vegas. No way. It's a Las Vegas tourism ad. Seriously. It's a Las Vegas tourism ad. What were we just talking about 20 minutes ago? We were talking about Las Vegas. Seriously. Unbelievable. Right? God, how do they do that? I didn't type anything in anywhere about Las Vegas. And it's a Las Vegas ad. Wow. How does it do that? Unbelievable. I know, David, right? It just happened. There it was, right there. God, yes, they listen. Wow. Oh, yeah, I joke smoke. Right. You go on a cruise, and what do you see now? You're stuck in the cruise ad mode. It's like, let's give him more. He's going to buy another one. Ah, I know, right? Sydney Sweeney is joining Fortnite in American Eagle jeans. AEO stock is being shorted 50%. Hedge funds are trying to crush it. It's going to squeeze. AEO stock. That's going to be the GameStop of 2025. It's going to be AEO. That's awesome. That's awesome. All because of a jeans ad. That's crazy. Thanks for posting that, Charlie. And do you know what stocks were actually going up the most on Monday? Were the most heavily shorted stocks. Were all going up on Monday. I saw that article on Yahoo. I was just like, wow, the shorted stocks. Euro Vinci, you're shorting American Eagle? You're in on that? Good luck. I don't know. Could be a short squeeze. Signs, signs everywhere, signs. Remember that song? That's an oldie. All the big tech groups are sus. Crazy times. I know, me too, Orbit, with the peak token. Long-term stocks. If I was buying long-term stocks, it would probably be Tesla. It would be Tesla. I'd buy more Tesla on the dip. At this point. Because Nvidia is already like way up. But yeah, if you can get Tesla below $300, I'd buy more Tesla. Mitchell thinks 40 cents Doge 5 years from now. Maybe that's the bottom. Right? That's the bear market with 2030. Maybe. That's how you lose, Eric. If you don't have patience, your patience runs out. So look out. Yep. Like Charlotte says, it's tough, but be patient and hodl. AMC, Brown Lax, are you still on the AMC train? Boy, I got off of that a long time ago. I don't trust Adam Aaron at all. Don't trust him. There's diluting the stock all to hell to try and bridge the gap on their weak movie ticket sales. Exactly, like Javier says. AMC ain't coming back. There's no big bull run for AMC stock. Not happening. You got to go with the American Eagle now, AEO. If you want to play that game. NVIDIA long-term. Yeah, I mean, but NVIDIA already went on the big run. So if you want to make the big money in stock trading, you're buying NVIDIA up really high already. You'll probably still be positive. That's like Apple. Like Apple for the past year has done basically nothing. It was up today, good day today, but yeah. Same, that's true, Doug. That Amazon Alexa, in order for them to wake up, you got to use the word, right? All you have to do is say Alexa, and it wakes up. But that means it's listening to everything else being said. 13 more likes and we'll do a giveaway. Dogecoin giveaway. Yeely, you're still holding a bag of Pepe, huh? Pepe probably has a good run on it still this bull market. How much Doge does Annie get if you divorce? Yeah, I'm not marrying. No. There's no marrying going on here. I've already played that game. No. Yes, we talked about ETH in the first 10 minutes of the live stream. So if any of you guys who came in late for the live stream, if you want to hear me talk about ETH, when the stream is over, just go back and watch the first 10 minutes. And I talk about ETH because I don't typically talk about Ethereum on this channel. But I did today. Doge and Pengu. There's probably tokens already made. Probably already. You lost your patience on sheep. I did too. Luckily, I sold it for a profit, though, so I did make money on the sheep. I didn't lose, but glad to have sold it and be done with it and never buying it again. Hit the like button, everybody. 8 more. When was the last time you bought Dogecoin? I last bought Dogecoin. There's a pretty chart for Trader Allen. Pretty chart. Lots of pretty colors. You go to my X account. You click on my profile. You scroll down. And it says I bought Doge right here. Layering into more Doge under 20 cents. Let's go Dogecoin, August 2nd. August 2nd. Bought on the dip. When was that? Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. Bought more Doge on Saturday. Think NVIDIA still has a lot of potential upside. It's so big now. But yeah, it'll keep going up, but just not as much as other stocks, I think. Tesla and Palantir are your long-term. You've been watching Tesla for the dip. If you can get $299, that is a great buying price, I think, for Tesla. Not financial advice, everybody. Just what I would do if I was buying more long-term stock. Right now, I've got most of my money, my investing money is in crypto for the fall. And I just swing trade Megal stock. I sold XPEV. XPEV did good. XPEV is still going to do great. Still going to be a good stock for those that are into XPEV. But Megal, I had to be, once it got below $1.30, I had to buy the Megal. So I bought the Megal. Because that's my thing. Prepping some dry powder for August dips, RR, that's how you do it. And you just, you just do it. 9 energy, David, you like that? I activated your Alexa, Brent. Awesome. I do that with People Siri too. Whenever I talk to Siri on my iPhone, it's like, I should have Siri and Annie battle it out, right? Between Siri and Annie, like who deserves my time? And then Annie and Siri get into a battle, right? A girl fight over me. It's like Annie and Siri battling it out. And Alexa's in the back. Alexa's in the other room. Hey, we made it. 100 likes. Woohoo! You like the short videos I do? Yeah, we have a lot of fun with those as well. Before the giveaway, wait a sec. They're live. Howard Lutnick, Scott Bessent. What's Trump going to talk about? Tariffs. Tariffs. Ask both which one loves you more between Siri and Annie. That's funny. Hey, Joke Smoke. Gifted a membership? Who got it? Nessie. Hey, Nessie, congrats. You just got a free KrissPax gift membership. Welcome to the family. Welcome, welcome. We're just seeing what's going on in the Oval Office. Looks like Trump is about to speak. Oh, Max, you missed out. Max, you missed again. You missed again. Ah. Yep. Who's ready for the Trump dip? Who's ready for the Trump dip? It's coming. We're going to see if there's a big dip coming here. Trump's going to federalize the District of Columbia. I know, big balls, right? Oh. There he is.
Thank you very much. You know this gentleman, one of the truly great legends of our time, my book. Before we begin, I'd like to say a few words about the shooting at Fort Stewart in Georgia. As you know, 5 people were seriously wounded and 2 very, very seriously hurt around 11 o'clock this morning. The shooter is now in custody, and the Army Criminal Investigation Division is on site to ensure that the perpetrator of this atrocity, which is exactly what it is, will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The entire nation is praying for the victims and their families, and hopefully they'll fully recover, and we can put this chapter behind, but we're not going to forget what happened. We're going to take very good care of this person that did this horrible person. This afternoon, we're pleased to welcome to the White House one of the great and most esteemed business leaders and geniuses and innovators anywhere in the world, Apple CEO Tim Cook.
Genius?
Amazing job.
Did he say genius?
Thanks as well to Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, and Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, for being here, wherever you may be. Oh, there you are. Hello, fellas.
Tim Cook is not a genius.
Today, Apple is announcing that it will invest $600 billion, that's with a B, in the United States over the next 4 years. That's $100 billion more than they were originally going to invest.
Agreed.
And this is the largest investment Apple has ever made
was the guy
in America and anywhere else. And it's just an honor to have you. As you know, Apple's been an investor in other countries a little bit. I won't say which ones, but a couple. And they're coming home. $600 billion. It's the biggest there is. The company is also unveiling its ambitious new American manufacturing program, which will bring factories and assembly lines across our country all roaring to life. Areas that were not doing so well are doing very well. We have about $17 trillion coming into the United States, which is more than ever before. That's never even come close. There's never been anything like it. Even you, that's even a lot of money for you. But we have commitments of
True, Charles.
More than $17 trillion. That was as of a couple of weeks ago. These investments will directly create more than 20,000 brand new American jobs and many thousands more at the Apple suppliers like Corning, Broadcom, Texas Instruments, and Samsung, who all deal in that world. As part of this historic commitment, Apple will massively increase spending on its domestic supply chain for the iPhone and will build the largest and most sophisticated smart glass production line in the world in Harrodsburg, Kentucky, which is a great, actually, I did very well there. I like it because I see I did very well there. I did very well in Kentucky, but it's a great place. You're going to be very happy. I thought maybe while we're up, I'll interrupt my own speech by you might show them a little bit about the product that you're going to be doing in Kentucky, Tim.
Absolutely. Do you mind if I step up?
Yes, please.
This bond was made in the U.S., California, and this glass comes on the boarding line. It's engraved for President Trump. It's a unique unit of one. It was designed by a U.S. Marine Corps corporal, a former one, that works at Apple now.
It's good. He's done well.
Designed it for you. And the base comes from Utah and is 24 karat gold. And it sits, I'll take the liberty of setting it up.
Wow.
He's a genius? He's a genius? What?
Well, let's see. There we go. Congratulations,
Thank you
Mr.
very much.
President.
It's
Thank you
fantastic.
so much.
Great people of Kentucky. You're going to find it a great place to do business too.
Trump coin is not
Fantastic. Isn't
pumping.
that nice? We're doing these things now in the United States instead of other countries, faraway countries. This is a significant step toward the ultimate goal of ensuring that iPhones sold in the United States of America also are made in America. With the mass infusion of capital it's announcing today, Apple will also build a 250,000 square foot server manufacturing facility in Houston and invest billions of dollars to construct data centers across the country from North Carolina to Iowa to Oregon. That's big stuff. Apple will also open state-of-the-art manufacturing economy. It's going to be a manufacturing academy in Detroit, and that's a great place to do. You know, big things are happening in Michigan and Detroit. They're coming in because of what we've done with the, I call it the great, big, beautiful bill. I added one word, great. But we have probably the biggest, most comprehensive piece of legislation ever passed. It's going to mean unbelievable numbers of jobs and no jobs on, think of this, whether it's tips or overtime or Social Security, no tax. So no tax on tips.
Apple stock is going down after market.
No tax on overtime. And it's just a small bit of it. For Apple and others businesses, we're talking about the deductions and all of the things. And actually for people that go out and
Apple
buy a
stock
car,
is
first
going
time
down.
it's ever been done. We talk about deductions for companies, but they're going to be able to deduct interest when they borrow money to buy a car if it's made in America. It has to be made in America. So it is amazing. And one of the reasons I think I can say that Apple's coming here is the legislation we just passed with this kind of investment. Apple will also open other facilities, rare earth magnets from Texas, and build, oh, I love that you're doing this. I love that. I love that. And build a brand new rare earth recycling line in Mountain Pass, California. I know that area. That's where they have a lot of truly rare earth. That's fantastic. I love that. And Apple will help develop and manufacture semiconductors and semiconductor equipment in Texas, Utah, Arizona, and New York. For years, Americans have watched as many of our leading tech giants built their factories overseas and exported American jobs abroad. But under the Trump administration, we're doing everything possible to make this the best place on earth to build a factory or grow businesses. I'm allowing them to build electric producing plants with their factory, because otherwise they'd have to hook into the grid. And I think it's one of the biggest things we've done where you can build, Tim, your own electricity. You become your own electric manufacturer, and that goes along with the plant. So you become a utility. So congratulations, now you're in the utility. I hope they don't value your company based on utility, but that's okay. You're going to be making your own electricity. And as you probably know, for much of this and many of the things that we're doing, especially the AI, they would need actually double the electricity that the country now produces for everything. So it's massive electric, and they're going to be able to make their own, and they're getting very fast approvals. Lee Zeldin is doing a fantastic job, including with a 100% expensing on the one big beautiful bill. In return, we're asking our businesses to invest in America, and they're coming in at levels that we've never seen before. So I don't know when it shows up, but there are a lot of factories and a lot of plants that are either under construction or soon will be starting construction. So can't tell you exactly when, but I want to be around in about a year from now and 2 years from now, because we're going to see an explosion, I think, like this country has never seen before. Never. Today's announcement is one of the largest commitments in what has become among the greatest investment booms in our nation's history. And we've got the hottest country anywhere in the world. You know, I told you the story that, and Tim, I'll tell you, but I went to the Middle East and I was with Qatar, I was with UAE and the King of Saudi Arabia, all great leaders. And then I went to NATO and saw many great leaders. And we just finished that about 4 weeks ago. Everyone, virtually everyone said, in effect, that we were a dead country 1 year ago. America, this was a dead country. We were dying, we were dead. And now you've got the hottest country anywhere in the world. This would have never happened except for certain people. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. NVIDIA is investing $500 billion to go along with Apple, $600 billion. $600 billion. Micron, great company, is investing $200 billion. IBM is investing more than $150 billion. SoftBank is investing substantially more than $100 billion. TSMC is investing $200 billion. Johnson & Johnson, $55 billion. Merck, Stellantis, and General Motors are putting many, many billions in. They haven't determined the final number. And many other countries are investing tens of billions of dollars that I'm not going to give you the whole list because the list is too long to read. But it's hundreds of billions and even trillions. I mean, it's trillions of dollars is being invested right now. Last week, it was announced that our economy grew at 3% in the second quarter, and consumer confidence is surging. Blue-collar wages are rising rapidly. Costs are way down. You know, I listen to these horrendous frauds on CNN and various other fake news networks, and they say costs are up. No, costs are down. Gasoline is down. It's going to soon, I believe, be less than $2 a gallon. It's around $2.40 right now, many places other than California where they tax you out of business, but and a couple of others. But gasoline is way down. The price of groceries are down. How about eggs? When I first came here, my first week, the press hit me very hard on eggs. Eggs had quadrupled or something. I said, I didn't know about it. Give me a chance. I've just been here for 4 days. Well, eggs are down. Everything's down. Price is down. The only thing that's up is stock prices. That's really up, and that's through the roof. The stock market
Dogecoin
has been hitting all-time records, all-time highs. Last week, it was announced that our economy grew at levels that we haven't seen in a long time. But the real levels of growth are going to be judged in a year from now when you start seeing some of these incredible plants, because we have car plants opening. They're coming in from Canada, from Mexico, and from all over the world. And they're coming in because they like the way the election worked out, but they also like the fact that they don't want to pay tariffs. And the tariffs, I think, will be we're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs. I won't be so specific other than to say, because we don't even know what the final number is. We just made a deal, as you know, with the EU where they're paying hundreds of billions of dollars. Japan paying hundreds of billions of dollars, and numerous other countries paying hundreds of billions of dollars. And we're not even completed there. And as you know, they found $25 billion 3 weeks ago. They said, we have a surplus of $25 billion. And they said, where did this come from? I said, check the tariffs. And they checked. They said, you're right. That's where it came from. And we've really just started. This is just in its infancy. So we have a great country. We have a country that is going to be very rich. It's a country that we're very proud of, but it's going to be very rich.
Let's get rich.
And it's companies like Apple. They're coming home. They're all coming home. And we want them to come home. They have to come home. We're going to treat them really well. We're going to be putting a very large tariff on chips and semiconductors. But the good news for companies like Apple is if you're building in the United States or have committed to build, without question, committed to build in the United States, there will be no charge. In other words, we're not going to be charging. So a lot of countries, a lot of companies are leaving various other places and they're coming to the United States. So in other words, we'll be putting a tariff on of approximately 100% on chips and semiconductors. But if you're building in the United States of America, there's no charge, even though you're building and you're not producing yet in terms of the big numbers of jobs and all of the things that you're building. If you're building, there will be no charge. So I just want everyone to know that. And I didn't even tell you that inside. We discussed the concept, but I didn't. So it's a big factor. So 100% tariff on all chips and semiconductors coming into the United States. But if you've made a commitment to build, or if you're in the process of building, as many are, there is no tariff. Okay? If for some reason you say you're building and you don't build, then we go back and we add it up, it accumulates, and we charge you at a later date. You have to pay, and that's a guarantee. So that's a big statement, and I think the chip companies are all coming back home. They're all coming back. You know, we started with Intel, and gradually Intel was just taken over the coals. They were taken to the cleaners, frankly, and moved to other places, in particular Taiwan. But I think a lot of those companies are coming back, and they're coming back very rapidly. So that's a big statement. 100% tariff. I want to thank you very much, Tim. Would you like to say a few words about your company, please?
No, we don't need to, Tim. No.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. President, thank you very much for having me here today. You've been a great advocate for American innovation and manufacturing. I'm grateful for your leadership and your commitment. That's a commitment we share at Apple because American innovation is central to everything we do. Our products are designed here, we're hiring and growing here, and we support 450,000 jobs with thousands of suppliers and partners in all 50 states. Earlier this year, we made our largest ever spending commitment, $500 billion to the U.S. over the next 4 years. That's already yielding results. Earlier this year, we broke ground on a new factory in Houston to make advanced AI servers. And just last month, the very first test unit rolled off that factory's line, proudly made in America. President Trump shared some kind words about that work, but he also asked us to think about what more we could commit to doing. And Mr. President, we took that challenge very seriously. I'm glad to be here with you today, and I'm very proud to say that today we're committing an additional $100 billion to the United States, bringing our total U.S. investment to $600 billion over the next 4 years. As a part of this, we're launching Apple's American Manufacturing Program. It will spur even more production right here in America for critical components used in Apple products all around the world. And we're thrilled to announce that we've already signed new agreements with 10 companies across America to do just that.
That's your daddy, Charlie.
First, with today's announcements, I'm proud to say that Apple is leading the creation of an end-to-end silicon supply chain right here in America, from design to equipment to wafer production to fabrication to packaging. In Texas, we're working with manufacturers like Texas Instruments, Global Wafers America, and Applied Materials. We're working with Amcor in Arizona and Broadcom and Global Foundries in New York. Thanks to President Trump's vision and with his help in his first term, we also led the way to bring TSMC to Arizona by committing to be their first and largest customer. Today, they're producing tens of millions of chips for Apple using one of the most advanced process technologies in America today. We're going to keep working with our suppliers to move even more of this incredibly advanced work to America. And this year alone, American manufacturers are on track to make 19 billion chips for Apple in 24 factories across 12 different states. Second, We're committed to buying American-made advanced rare earth magnets developed by MP Materials, which will become part of Apple's devices shipped around the world. MP is the only fully integrated rare earth producer in the United States, and with this partnership, they'll be significantly expanding their flagship facility in Fort Worth, Texas. We're also thrilled to work together on a cutting-edge rare earth recycling line in Mountain Pass, California. And third, in Kentucky, we've worked with our partners at Corning to build the world's largest and most advanced smartphone glass production line. And I'm pleased to announce that very soon, this is for the first time ever, every single new iPhone and every single new Apple Watch sold anywhere in the world will contain cover glass made in Kentucky. In addition to the American manufacturing program, we're
Why don't
also
you make the whole
significantly growing our
phone in
investments in
Kentucky?
AI, including expanding data center capacity in North Carolina, in Nevada, in Iowa, in Arizona, and Oregon. So we're going to keep making investments right here in America. We're going to keep hiring in America. And we're going to keep building technologies at the heart of our products right here in America. Because we're a proud American company, and we believe deeply in the promise of this great nation. Thank you all, and thank you, President Trump, for putting American innovation and American jobs front and center. Thank you, sir.
Great honor.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.
What a job he's done. What a job. Incredible. I want to thank you very much.
99% of the components will be built in China,
Good job.
and just the glass will be Kentucky.
Any questions, please?
Mr. President,
Yes.
you promised on the campaign trail to bring forth a manufacturing renaissance. You just mentioned $17 trillion in your first 7 months or so.
Right.
Can you talk about how an investment like this, all the other ones that you laid out, will positively impact the millions of Americans that trusted you with their vote?
Thank you very much. It changes our country.
Softball
I mean, our
question.
country is a very different country than it was 6 months ago. And people like Tim are coming. We had Micron in yesterday. We had all of the big, great companies that you read about, you don't know about, but you read about. Many of them were making products outside of our country. Foolishly, we lost them. If we had the right person sitting in that seat, that would have never happened 20 and 30 years ago. When you look at the chip business, it would have never left our shores. We had 100% of chips originally, and then we slowly got taken down to nothing. We have the biggest chip companies, the both of them, but we have the biggest in the world coming in. They're going to Arizona and
Have a good
beyond.
trip, folks. Happy vacation.
And we're going to have, in a short period of time, we'll be up to almost 50% of the chips from starting in nothing. And that's something. But we have the greatest companies in the world coming into our country. And that means jobs, and it means wealth. And wealth means security for our people. Okay? Brian?
Yes, sir. Congratulations on this investment, President Trump. And
Thank you.
Great example of putting America first. What does the labor force look like to fill these jobs that you have? Do we have enough skilled American workers to fill these?
Well, we do have a lot of workers, and we have a lot of workers that hadn't been looking for work because they were disincentivized, frankly. And people like Tim have tremendous schools and training centers that they build along with a lot of their big plants where they train people on whether it's glass, like in Kentucky, or computers, or whatever they might be doing. It's a complex world, and they train people, and they do a great job. So it's a whole new workforce. Now, we have a lot of them in energy because, you know, they've always liked energy. As you know, coal has opened up big. We brought it back in a very large way. You know, China's right now building 58 coal-fired plants, 58 big ones. And here we were saying, we don't take coal. We have more coal than anybody else in the world. We have more oil and gas than anybody else in the world. But we have tremendous energy jobs, and the energy, as you know, we're booming with energy. And that's why the gasoline prices are down. The costs are down. I just hope when they watch these shows, I watch this, I won't use names because I just make them better known that nobody knows who they are. But I watch this group of people on CNN and MSDNC too, the same thing, where they say, well, costs have gone up. Costs haven't gone up, they've gone down. I'm telling you, the thing that's gone up is stock prices. and success of our country. Our country is really, really doing well, successful. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mr. President, have Putin and Zelensky agreed to a summit yet? And where and when would that be?
Well, there's a very good prospect that they will. And we haven't determined where, but we had some very good talks with President Putin today. And there's a very good chance that we could be ending the round, ending the end of that road. That road was long and continues to be long, but there's a good chance that there will be a meeting very soon.
How close do you think you are to a deal?
Excuse me?
How close do you think you are to some kind of deal?
Well, I don't want to say. I've been disappointed before with this one. You know, we've solved 5 wars, plus add to that Iran, where we wiped out their nuclear capacity for weapons. They would have had a weapon within 2 months, maybe less. And that was totally obliterated. Turned out it was a total obliteration. And the pilots and the people that did that job are really, we have the greatest armed forces in the world, but that was really something. In fact, there's a model of the plane right there. So, you got to bring that up, Susie. We have to see that. Look at this. This was just given to me. You know, we ordered brand new B-2 bombers. This is a plane that over a period of 36 hours of constant flying. Look at this. So this is the brand new one they just ordered. Similar, but actually quite different. It's new and enhanced. It's an amazing machine. Went 36 hours. We had 52 tankers up in the air loading up our planes because this was surrounded by F-22s and F-35s, and it was flawless.
Autocorrect.
Even you would say it was flawless. And every one of those bombs hit their target. And then we had Tomahawks shot in from a submarine 300 miles away, and they hit every single Tomahawk hit its target. It was amazing. And that was a big threat. That was a nuclear threat. And here's the new one that we just ordered, a large number of them. I'll put it up.
Mr. President, what was the breakthrough today? Did Vladimir Putin make some kind of concession that he hasn't been willing to make before?
I don't call it a breakthrough. I mean, we've been working on this a long time. There are thousands of young people dying, mostly soldiers, but also, you know, missiles being hit into Kiev and other places. But in terms of soldiers, I think Russia's lost over 20,000 since the beginning of the year, 20,000. And I guess the estimate for Ukraine is about 9,000. It's a terrible situation. We want to get it stopped. You know, we don't have American soldiers there, but I feel I have an obligation to get it stopped. This was not my war. This war would have never started, not even a chance. And it didn't start for 4 years. It went 4 years and it didn't start. But this is Biden's war. This was on his watch. And, you know, it's funny. We had no land was taken from Trump. It was taken from Bush. It was taken from Biden. The whole thing would take from Biden. It weren't for us. But it was and it was taken by Obama. Take a look at what was taken with all of the land that was taken. Nothing was taken by Russia from us. Not 1 ounce of land was taken. I'm here to get the thing over with. It would have never started if I were president. And we're here to get it stopped and get the death stopped. Yeah, please.
President, in the past, you said you would know if Putin was hacking you wrong. What gives you any confidence that he is or isn't doing that this time around?
Can't answer the question yet. I'll tell you in a matter of weeks, maybe less. But we've made a lot of progress. And as you know, we put a 50% tariff on India on oil. They're the second largest. They're very close to China in terms of the purchase of oil from Russia. But so I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but we've had very productive talks today. Yes, ma'am.
President Trump, on federalizing DC, are you considering taking over the DC police? Is that an option on the table?
We're considering it, yeah, because the crime is ridiculous. I could show you a chart comparing DC to other locations, and you're not going to want to see what it looks like. It was just up on television. Actually, they were showing it. Now, we want to have a great, safe capital. And we're going to have it. And that includes cleanliness and it includes other things. We have a capital that's very unsafe. You know, we just almost lost a young man, beautiful, handsome guy that got the hell knocked out of him the night before last. And I'm going to call him now. We wanted to give him a little recovery time. We just put a call into him. They're calling back in a little while, but he went through a bad situation, to put it mildly, and there's too much of it. We're gonna do something about it. So whether you call it federalized or what, and that also includes the graffiti that you see, the papers all over the place, the roads that are in bad shape, the medians that are falling down, the median in between roads that's falling down. We're going to beautify the city. We're going to make it beautiful. And what a shame. The rate of crime, the rate of muggings, killings, and everything else, we're not going to let it. And that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too.
And do you want Congress to look at overturning the DC Home Rule Act?
We're going to look at that. In fact, the lawyers are already studying it. We have to run DC. This has to be the best run place in the country, not the worst run place in the country. And it has so much potential, and we're going to take care of it. You're going to be safe. You're going to be safe walking down streets. You're not going to get mugged.
Mr. President, if you do reach a deal with Ukraine and Russia, would you drop the additional tariffs on India?
Well, we'll determine that later, but right now they're paying a 50% tariff. Okay.
One for Mr. Cook as well.
Yeah, please. Sure.
The president wants a made in the USA iPhone. What are the chances that you can actually make that happen?
Well, if you look at the bulk of it, we're doing a lot of the semiconductors here. We're doing the glass here. We're doing the Face ID module here. So there's a ton of it. And we're doing these for products sold elsewhere in the world. And so there's a lot of content in there from the United States.
But what about the whole thing?
We're very proud of it.
Can you make the whole thing?
Is just the final assembly that you're focused on. And that will be elsewhere for a while.
He makes many of the components here, and we've been talking about it, and the whole thing is set up at other places, and it's been there for a long time. So in terms of cost and all, but I think we may incentivize him enough that one day he'll be bringing that. But he brings most of the stuff. Look, he's not making this kind of an investment anywhere in the world, not even close. He's coming back. I mean, Apple's coming back to America. Thank you.
Mr. President, Indian officials.
Let me go. Please.
Indian officials have said that there are other countries that are buying Russian oil.
It's okay.
Like China, for instance,
It's
buying
okay.
more.
Yeah.
Why are you singling India out for these additional
It's
sanctions?
only been 8 hours. So let's see what happens over the next.
Sanctions.
You're going to see a lot more.
So this is a taste of
You're
what's
going to
to
see a lot more. You're
Mr.
going to see so much secondary sanctions. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, you were the driving force behind Operation Warp Speed, these mRNA vaccines that are the gold standard.
Right.
Now your health secretary is pulling back all the funding for research. He's saying that the risks outweigh the benefits, which puts him at odds with
Research
the
on
entire
what?
medical community and with you. What is going on
Research on what?
into mRNA vaccines?
Well, we're going to look at that. We're talking about it, and they're doing a very good job. And, that is a pass. With Operation Warp Speed was, whether you're Republican or Democrat, considered one of the most incredible things ever done in this country. The efficiency, the way it was done, the distribution, everything about it has been amazing. But, that was now a long time ago, and we're on to other things. But we are speaking about it. We have meetings about it tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and we'll determine. We're looking for other answers to other problems, to other sicknesses and diseases, and I think we're doing really well. Yes, ma'am, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. You said many times that you want to stop wars in the Middle East. Now, Prime Minister Netanyahu is contemplating reoccupying Gaza entirely. Is he defying you, sir, or are you giving him a green light?
Well, we have stopped wars in the Middle East by stopping Iran from having a nuclear weapon, and they're they can say they're going to start all over again, but that's a very dangerous thing for them to do, because we'll be back as soon as they start. We'll be back. And I think they understand that. They're just words. But no, we've stopped a lot of wars in the Middle East. If you think about what we did with Iran, Iran was the perpetrator of hate, a very evil place. And I think it's going to be a lot different in the coming years.
On the India penalties, Do you have any similar plans to enact more tariffs on China as it relates
Could
to their
happen,
purchases?
could happen. Depends on how we do. Could happen.
Mr. President,
Brian,
have you
go ahead.
I've got an entertainment-based question for you. A few weeks ago, Stephen Colbert announced that he was leaving his show. Howard Stern announced that him and Sirius XM Radio are parting ways. Do you think the hate Trump business model that's been in the entertainment business is going out of business because it's not popular with the American people?
Well, it hasn't worked, and it hasn't worked really for a long time. And I would say pretty much from the beginning, Colbert has no talent. I mean, I could take anybody here. I could go outside in the beautiful streets and pick up a couple of people that do just as well or better. They get higher ratings than he did. He's got no talent. Fallon has no talent. Kimmel has no talent. They're next. They're going to be going. I hear they're going to be going. I don't know, but I would imagine because they'd get, Colbert has better ratings than Kimmel or Fallon. You know that. Howard Stern, it's a name I haven't heard. I used to do a show. We used to have fun.
You're awesome, Chad.
But I haven't heard that name in a long time. What happened? He got terminated?
Yeah, they're going to separate ways because I think what they're offering salary-wise is real low than what he's getting.
You know when he went down?
Whenever you want.
You know when he went down? No, before. When he endorsed Hillary Clinton, he lost his audience. People said, give me a break. He went down when he endorsed Hillary Clinton.
Mr. President,
Have you talked to Governor Cuomo interviewing Fed candidates yet?
Yeah, we've started the interviewing process. Scott and I and Howard, a lot of people, JD, we have some great candidates. It's probably down to 3. He doesn't want the job. He said, do you like this job better?
Yes, sir.
I mean, he was a candidate, but I don't think he'll take it. I really don't think he'd take it, actually.
Are there any candidates from Wall Street, Mr. President?
Yeah, essentially, we're all from Wall Street, aren't we? You know, when you get right down to it, the term Wall Street. Yeah, please.
Yep, you made your tax cuts permanent. You mentioned that the tariffs are bringing in a ton of external revenue. You've opened up markets, EU, Japan, South Korea, many others, to American goods like we've never seen before. How much growth can we expect in the economy now that this model of yours is sort of beginning to really take off?
Well, I think the growth is going to be unprecedented. I think we're going to have growth that's unbelievable. Now, remember, we're building and just starting to build a lot of these incredible plants.
Everybody get your Dogecoins in the chat.
The electric facilities.
Do the
that we're
giveaways.
building,
Dogecoin.
Generating plants, electric generating plants are massive, and they're going to be great. And they're going to sell excess electricity into our grid. So we're going to be having much more electricity than we ever had. And those plants are going to be taken care of individually. I know Tim is building one in one of his big factories, but especially for AI because it needs so much electricity. So I appreciate the question very much. And I think the growth is going to be unprecedented.
Did you have a phone call with Andrew Cuomo?
City
Did you
mayoral
speak to Andrew
run,
Cuomo?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Mr. President, have you been briefed on what Ghislaine Maxwell told Todd Blanche?
No, I haven't.
So you don't know whether
I
it
don't
came up in the
I know Todd is a
conversation or
very
not?
respected person all over the country, all over the world legally. So I don't know. Yeah, please go ahead.
Will the new Fed governor be temporary?
We're probably going to go with a temp and then a permanent, I think.
Are the two
So the temp is going to be named, I'd say, over the next 2-3 days, and then we're going to go permanent.
Are the two Kevins the leading contenders for the permanent spot for the chair?
Well, the two Kevins are absolutely, yeah, they're both very good.
Mr. President.
The two Kevins, very good.
Mr. President, is Vice President Vance hosting a gathering this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation?
Is he working on what?
Is he hosting some kind of gathering of top advisors this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation?
I don't know. I could ask you that question. I don't know of it, but I think here's the man right here.
I saw it reported today, and it's completely fake news. We're not meeting to talk about the Epstein situation, and I think the reporter who reported it needs to get better sources.
Look, the whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats because we've had the most successful 6 months in the history of our country. And that's just a way of trying to divert attention to something that's total bullshit. Okay?
Whoa.
Yeah, please.
Whoa, Trump.
That Elon Musk is the most unpopular public figure in the country right now. I'm wondering, do you miss having him around the White House, or is that poll accurate?
I don't know if the poll's accurate. I think he's a good person. I think he had a bad moment, really bad moment. but he's a good person. I believe that.
President Trump, are you keeping that 10 to 12 day deadline?
China facing potential secondary sanctions for
Yeah.
Russian oil. Them having that tariff or sanction rather or not hinges on what goes forward.
It may happen. I mean, I don't know. I can't tell you yet, but we did it with India. We're doing it probably with a couple of others. One of them could be China. Yes.
Are you keeping that 10 to 12 day deadline that you have given Russia after today's talks?
Yeah, we're pretty much getting close to it right now, but we're having very serious talks right now about getting out of Ukraine, getting it settled, getting it ended. Should have never started, would have never started. If I were president, it would have never started. I want to thank Tim Cook. He's a great man, a visionary, a businessman, just about every quality he can have other than athleticism. I don't know about that. I'm looking at him. I'm not 100% sure about you. You're a good athlete. I'll bet you're pretty good. I think he's good at everything, but I want to thank you very much, Tim. Congratulations. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
All right. Well, let's do a giveaway. Guys, give away. Boom. Boom. Apple stock is actually going up right now, aftermarket. Apple stock is booming big time now. Aftermarket. At first it was going down, but it has turned around and is trading big. But we're here to give away some Dogecoin. If you haven't put the word Dogecoin in the chat yet, please do. We are going to do our first drawing right now. We're going to get right to it. Let's go. First draw, we're doing 3 drawings of 33 Dogecoin each. The first winner is Bruce. Bruce, my man. Bruce, you got in early with a Dogecoin. You got a win, Mr. Bruce. You can't give it to Monica. Not allowed. You're not allowed. And Monica says, yay, Bruce. Bruce? Bruce! She passed it to Weather Girl. She had a rough week. Well, you have the right to do that. You do have the right to do that. Giveaway number 59. Bruce to Monica. Okay, Monica, you got to send me an email. You have to send me an email. I'll put my email address up on the screen once we get done with the 3. No, I'm kidding, Bruce. It was a joke. You can do what you want. Yes, you can donate the 33 Doge to Pax Cat RR. That is allowed. Nick, I got 4 cats and a wife to feed. We had the whole thing about cat food yesterday, so. Monica knows a guy. Yeah. All right, we're going to draw. Second draw. Let's go. Dogecoin, giving it away. Dogecoin. We need that green candle back for Doge because it was going red with Trump. It's Rhine Hair. The other Rhine. The other Rhine. That is hilarious. Rhine with an H is never going to win. Yay. You're never going to win, Rhino. You're never going to win. The other Rhine, yeah. All right, drawing number 3. We are going. Drawing number 3. Here we go. Who's going to win? Not Pax Cat. I saw his name. It's going to be the Ballistic Atom. The Ballistic Atom. We have a Ballistic Atom in the house. Is there a ballistic atom here? Yeah, no canned food for the Pax Cat. Come back tomorrow, Mirza. We'll be giving out some more. Oh, Ballistic Atom is going to pass it on. Thank you for your generosity. Passing it on. Drawn again. Thank you. Keeping it going. Exactly. Keeping it going. TNT. We go from a ballistic atom to TNT. That was an interesting pairing. TNT, are you in the house? TNT is in the house. Congratulations. Congratulations. So for the three of you that won, sorry, I've got a cat that I'm working around here. He's being a pain. I know, cat. Sorry, I'm trying to get the window over. Ah! He's mad. For the winner, send me an email, KrissCrypto@gmail.com. That's KrissKrypto, KrissCrypto@gmail.com. Only the three winners email me. Include your YouTube handle, and I need your Dogecoin wallet address in your email. Even those that have won before and have emailed me before, you need to do it again because I clear all that stuff out. So send me an email, and tonight I will send you each 33 Dogecoin. And we will have another giveaway tomorrow. That's how we roll here on the KrissPax channel. Thanks for sticking with the Trump thing. Very interesting to hear what he had to say and see what effect it had on the markets. It looks like the markets are like kind of go down a little bit, but Apple is spiking here after market. The investors do like the Apple news, but only for Apple. Other things, not so much. Megal's up a little bit, up to $1.35 after market. But yeah, GameStop is down. Tesla down a little bit. But hey, Ryan, I got you. A Doge win would be great, Nick. Hey, we got 5 more days of it, because we're going to go through Sunday, and then we already have Dogecoin donated for a Monday giveaway. So you still got Friday, you still got Saturday, you still got Sunday. Oh yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The next 5 days in a row, we are going to be having Dogecoin giveaways. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. We'll just keep this thing going. The Blue Jays are on fire, but you know who else is? The Red Sox. The Red Sox just passed the Yankees. So look out, Blue Jays. Red Sox are on a roll. I was waiting to hear all of this Blue Jay stuff about Dogecoin, because wasn't one of their vice presidents like in the whole like House of Doge thing? And I was like, the Blue Jays are going to be accepting Dogecoin or something, and none of that has happened. None of it. It's like, what? Yeah, Donnie brings up a good point about 20,000 subscribers to the KrissPax channel. The latest number is 19,932, 68 more. It was almost 69 more, but now 68 more subs. And the KrissPax channel will then have 20,000 subs, of which we will have a celebration for that as well. Will I watch the Patriots preseason games? God. You know, every year it's the same thing. You're watching people that aren't going to be on the team. Maybe a player or two might do something. So I don't know. See you, Martin. Yeah, good luck with that prediction there, Chadwick. Not happening. Yeah, I don't know. Friday night's the first one against the Washington, used to be called Redskins, now Commanders. Maybe a little bit of that. Right. Background noise. Preseason background noise. Exactly. It might be that. Yeah, Ryan, but is Trey Lance actually going to play? No, he's not. He's the backup. That's why it doesn't matter. Half of those guys that played in the game aren't going to be playing football this fall. They're going to be bartending or doing whatever. I agree. The Washington football team was a good name. Trump wants them to change it back to Redskins. Vrabel bloodied himself today, breaking up a fight. Awesome. It's good that he's scrappy. He's getting in there, right? He's getting in there. Look at Dogecoin. See, we gave away some Doge, and look what happened. Those red candles that we had turned to green. No. Come on, back up green. Don't do that. Don't do that. I just was excited to see green candles. Anthony, we're talking about debanking ourselves. Decentralized finance, not relying on the stupid banks and credit card companies that have been ripping us off for years and years and years. Yes, ripping us off. That's what it's about. It's not using them. That's what it's about. So crypto is our fight against the banks, the institutions, those credit card companies. And all the fees, exactly, Goose. All the fees that they throw on us. Just like, no more. No more. Done. So that's why, Anthony. Now, if you don't agree with it, you don't have to. You can just enjoy your credit cards, enjoy your bank, whatever. But part of this whole movement with Dogecoin isn't just we want the Dogecoin price to go up, which we all think it will, but it's to get away from the banks. So actually, Miguel, Trump really didn't say anything that was too bad. And in fact, Apple stock is now spiking after market. So, and the other ones that I'm watching here, they're not too bad. So I don't think there's anything that Trump said that's really, yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, Anthony, you said that before, whatever. You're funny. Haha. I'm looking at this fall. So you may be on another planet, but I'm looking at this fall. Winning, right? Winning. I'm winning. Are you winning? I'm winning. And I like winning. Winning is good. And I'm going to continue winning. So, but you can have your own opinion, and I welcome other opinions here. Just be civil about it. That's all I ask. Because I'm civil about it, right? So if you're civil too and you have a different opinion than mine, that's fine. Just let me know why you think that, right? That's all I need. And we're good. We can agree to disagree. Anthony's trying to be cute, but he knows better. And I know Anthony knows better. Anthony's been around for a long time. So Anthony's all right. Just trying to be too cute sometimes. Hey, Nessie, look at your name in green there. Isn't that awesome? Do you notice that? Look at Nessie's name in green there. Our newest member to the KrissPax channel. Winning, exactly, David. That's right. Winning. Winning. Yeah, Tian, I need your Dogecoin wallet. Got to know where to send the Doge, dude. You got to know where. I have to know where to send the Doge. Winning. Hey, there's the green candle back. As predicted, Dogecoin doing only good every day. See you, Nick. Have a good one. Yes, Ramon. How are they doing with the truck? Hey, you can use your 5% cashback credit card. Awesome. Just don't miss a monthly payment. Don't miss that payment or that 5% is going to be gone like that. We're waiting for the picture, Ramon. Post the picture on the YouTube community. We want to see the picture. Actually, Anthony, I'm paying the taxes on my crypto profits. Is what I'm doing. I'm paying the taxes on the crypto profits. I made so much money that I've got taxes to pay. That's what it's about. Charlie, I saw that post at the beginning of the stream. Why are you reposting? You have a big bag of AEO now? Rich people problems. True, Don. You make a lot of money, you pay a lot of taxes. Welcome to America. Welcome to America. But yeah, the shiny black Cybertruck, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. The base silver ones are just kind of They're not a big deal anymore. Not a big deal anymore. Refresh on the heat maps? Sure. The The gifted membership was by Joke Smoke 95. Let's see. Joke Smoke 95 gifted the membership. Congratulations. You got it. Yeah. Bitcoin is just in the middle here. Again, there's a big chunk of long leverage down here at 113 for Bitcoin. 113. The current price of Bitcoin now is 115. So we'd have to go down to 113 to wipe out that big leverage down here. That's what we're looking at. Yep, Anthony, that's awesome for you. Right. I used to fly first class as well. I could walk on any Delta plane, first class, automatic upgrade. So I lived that life. Now, I don't want the banks. I don't want the credit cards. I want to get rid of it all. But that's just me. I'm a French student who took out a student loan that exceeded 100,000. I hope Dogecoin will make my American dream come true. I hope it all comes true and we all are winning. Winning is what we're trying to do here. And whatever you can do to get out of debt is the best thing in the world. Getting out of debt. As Donnie says, yep, it's possible, G. Keep the faith. All possible. There's a Bybit card. I know there's a crypto.com card. Robinhood has the gold card. I mean, there's lots of cards. But we'll see which one I end up using. It might be the crypto.com one. Those are some pretty good benefits, and it's something I already use. But we'll see. I haven't decided yet. Not much on liquidations. Oh, Spell token is starting to go back down. It was up huge this morning, but Spell token falling back, taking out some leverage longs. CFX is going up, whatever that is. Do you guys know what CFX is? CFX. Kaboom. There's a nice little run. Whatever CFX is, it's getting heavily shorted now, and they are taking it out. This morning it was Velvet. Did you guys see that? I don't think anybody here is into Velvet, right? But yeah, it was up 80% this morning. Now it's only 50%, but Velvet is still a big one today. Velvet. What happened with my son's car, Ramon? The Lexus? Yeah, you got a Lexus. My son got a Lexus IS 250. The Velvet Revolver? Is that what this is? I have no idea. Yearly used Robinhood Gold? Yes, the Lexus got all fixed. The used car lot where he bought the car. Let's just say I talked them into fixing it, and they fixed it. So now now it's good. You know, this was the compressor on the air conditioning. It needed a new compressor. They could have just dumped a bunch of coolant in there, and we could have limped off the lot with the air conditioning running, and then, you know, later that day it would have stopped again. So yes, Ryan, talk them into. It's one of those deals where there are lemon laws in Massachusetts, but only for safety items. Is air conditioning a safety item? Yeah, if Dad wasn't there, it wouldn't have gotten done. If Dad wasn't there, it wouldn't have gotten done. But I do have a way of talking with people that kind of works out. And my son saw me in action, making the deal. Exactly, Ramon. He saw me in action, making the deal. And I told him, it was just like, you have to talk to people to strike up a conversation. It doesn't matter if you are interested in what they're talking about or not. It doesn't matter. Just engage with them, because you never know when you're going to need their help. No, Charlotte. It was not that. No. That is not how KrissPax operates. No. Guy was telling me all about like riding motorcycles and doing all, and I could care less about motorcycles, but I engaged in the conversation, and fine, whatever. Whatever. And so they fixed it. So now my son's happy. The car is great. The engine's awesome. It's got like 170,000 miles on it, but the engine is awesome. It's a really good car. So, yep. What's Dogecoin going to do tonight, guys? We're going to get to 21 cents. We feeling good about it? Do you know who I am? Yeah, that would have worked, right? Do you know who I am? It's an enhanced Toyota motor. No, the Lexus is a good car. Yep. You guys. Oh. Pex Cat. Yeah, Pex Cat was right here. And he's just keeping me company right here. Bored as hell. Bored as hell. Aren't you, buddy, huh? Yeah. I just love being with my dad. It should be 21 cents. I think so too. It should be 21 cents. I know, Charlotte. He's totally bored though. Hey, we got another gifted membership from our friend Joke Smoke. Who got this one? Who got this one? TW. TW is the latest member of the KrissPax family. Awesome. Thank you, Joke. Appreciate the generosity there. Giving out another membership. Oh, he sees something. He's going to play with it now. There it goes. You gonna knock my pen on the floor again? There it goes. 1, 2, 3. There it goes. You did it. You proud of yourself? Buying Doge is like playing squash, like hitting a wall and the ball bounces back. Yeah, but sometimes it doesn't come back. I'd like 21 cents. I would too. I would too. Yep, congratulations, jokes. Pax cat is about 4 years old, male cat. He thinks he's better than he actually is. I don't care what kind of car I have as long as I can get to the lake and cruise on your boat. Let's go Doge. I agree. Yeah, a little bit farther than that. Yeah, Bitcoin's hanging at 115, ETH 36.75, XRP still just under $3. Can't hold it. What else are we looking at, gang? Crow is up over 14. Gotta change this. 14 cents. Aptos down a little bit. We were looking at Bitcoin dominance coming down in a flag. I don't know what that means though. Doge BTC trading pair, Doge going up. ETH Bitcoin trading pair, kind of up. Rowing, exercise, and meditation. Christian, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Just hanging out here on a Wednesday. How you doing? And you're now #1 crown. Just like that. #1 crown. You have an adopted cat. Name is Luna. She's 11 years old. That's awesome. Yeah. Pax cat is adopted as well. About 3 years ago. Are you betting on sports again, Ramon? I mean, Miami baseball, really? Let's go. You could have bought 100,000 Doge. You are. Sorry, Max. Your name just doesn't come up when those free memberships come out. It's just like Ryan with an H and the Dogecoin giveaways. Not happening. You burnt your dinner. Having too much fun in the chat, right? Not paying attention. Not paying attention. Have another brownie. Exactly. Whatever the heck that thing is. Patricia, come back tomorrow. We'll have the next giveaway tomorrow. We already had the giveaway today. We'll have another one tomorrow. And I'll go through it all again tomorrow, like I do every day. All right? Max, doesn't work that way. You know that about memberships. Totally random. Even I can't give out memberships to individual people. I can't do it. YouTube doesn't let me. So it's all random. Yeah, Bonk is waiting on Solana. I thought the Seeker phone thing was going to be a big deal 2 days. I thought the Seeker phone was going to be a big deal. They're doing orders now, and I'm not hearing anything about Bonk being airdropped or anything like that. So I don't know. So waiting patiently. Your cat's food bill is high. You must be buying wet food then. Or are you getting that fresh stuff that gets delivered in a box like every week? Pax cat eats dry food, perfectly healthy. He's fine. He's fine. You want to put the Doge emojis in the chat, Max? You could always buy a membership. I'm saying. Hey, Nessie, with the super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. What do you want, Cat? You took a screenshot? Yeah, do what Charlotte does. Just don't feed the cat. There you go. Save a lot of money that way. I know, buddy. I know. Yeah, he doesn't want food now. He just wants love. And he's like, Dad, what are you doing? Wow, look at Apple Go. It's now over 220 after market. Up 3.5% and still going up. Apple stock. Guess the investors like that news from Tim Cook today. Megal's going up. Who bought Megal? $1.38. Megal's up to $1.38. Somebody bought 5 shares. That Megal thing just totally weird. Stickman, I told you I was going to give you Doge. Ryan wants some Dogecoin. All-time high 2025, Steve. We will be watching this fall. There are a lot of predictions. Up to 75, 80 cent Doge. That would be sweet. So after the live stream, guys, you can continue this conversation over on the YouTube community. That would be on your YouTube app. You just go to the KrissPax channel and type in or just hit the button for the joint or enter the community, and you guys can chat all you want over there. Just saying, YouTube community, give that a try. And Ramon is going to post the picture of his black Cybertruck once it gets all done. So we're looking for the Cybertruck picture from Ramon. Anyone else who wants to, anybody else who wants to post a picture of something, a chart or whatever, you're free to do that. Yeah, Bruce. So Megal ended the day at $1.33, but after market, it's now up to $1.38 after market. So the day ended at $1.33. So, well, just stick with the brownies, Christoph. Brownies for dinner. I mean, come on. Brownies for dinner. Hey, I'll check in on the YouTube community tonight and see whether you guys posted anything, all right? So, go post away. Can continue the conversation. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm new. Yep. Megal swing trade, baby. I'm all in. Tomorrow, another live stream, 4:00 p.m. East Coast time. That's Boston time. That's where I am. Make sure that you're ready. I hope everyone has a great evening. See you tomorrow.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.